Hello guys, I'm up with a new video, and before moving into the video, make sure that you subscribe the channel and like the video. Okay, fine. In this video, we are going to discuss about the CFD analysis of a wind turbine. There are different types of wind turbines, horizontal and vertical axis wind turbines, and here we will be using vertical axis wind turbine for the analysis, and vertical axis wind turbine is of two types, Savonius and Darius type, and we are going to analyze a combination of the Savonius and Darius. Okay, the following are the steps we are going to do in this video, and the first step is use of the fluid flow fluent, importing the geometry, second step, and third step is enclosing it in a box, and the fourth step is meshing and naming the different surfaces, fifth step is, and the last step the result section. Okay, fine. Now let us embark our video, and now the workbench is loaded over here. Okay, you could see the workbench section over here, and in the analysis settings we are going to take fluid flow fluent. As we are doing a CFD analysis, we can take fluid flow fluent and we can name it as windmill. Okay, I have named it as windmill. Okay, that is fine, and now we can move towards the step of importing this geometry, and right click on the geometry option, and in the design modeler we can choose which geometry we are choosing. Import the geometry. Okay, and I will be importing the asm.igs that is being listed in this window, and okay, fine, and I have imported the geometry, and let us open the geometry and see. Okay, the design modeler is being loaded. Okay, the design modeler is now open, and our geometry has to be loaded towards the design modeler. For that, we will be clicking on the generate option on the top. Okay, this is our geometry, and we can see that there are over 146 parts and 146 bodies. With this huge amount of the bodies and parts, we are unable to perform the analysis, so we need to reduce the number of bodies and parts, and hence I am using the boolean operation. Okay, in the create option on the top toolbar, we could take the boolean operation. Okay, boolean, I have selected the boolean operation, and there are different types of boolean operations. First one is unite operation, and I will be explaining the different operations. Unite operation means that if there are 140 parts, then we can unite it to and reduce the number of parts to 10 or 6 or 8, something like that. Then subtract option. In the subtract option, another geometry can be subtracted from a geometry. That means if we are enclosing it in a box, and this geometry is geometry 1 and second one is geometry 2, and geometry 1 can be subtracted from geometry 2, then intersect. These two different geometries can be made to intersect each other, and imprint face, that is the final one that we will be discussing later. And in our analysis we are using unite and subtract. Okay, in the first step we have to unite this 146 parts. Okay, I give unite, then I need to select the different parts to be united. and I think it is a huge process. 1, 2, 3, 4, and similarly, uniting this will be a huge process. I hope so. Taking a lot of time. So let us wait. Obtained into a single part. The 146 parts are completely being united towards a single part. That is the use of the Boolean operation here. And next, we need to enclose this geometry into a box-like structure for our analysis. And for enclosing it into the box structure, I will be selecting the tool of enclosure. The tools, we could see the enclosure, and the enclosure has appeared over here, and these are the properties of the enclosure, and we can select any kind of shape for the enclosure, and there are different types of shapes: cylinder, box, sphere, and user defined shape. And for our operation, I will be choosing a box like structure. Okay, that is fine. And we need to specify the different degrees of freedoms, different distances in different degrees of freedom. That is in the distance in x-axis. I am specifying it over 0.25 meter. Then the same will be given in all the axes for obtaining it a cuboid like structure. Okay, that is fine. And now let us generate it. Okay, the enclosure is being generated, and you could see the box like structure. Let us assume that the air will be moving from this direction and the air will be leaving from this direction. So let us mark this as inlet and this as outlet, and these are all the wall conditions that will be marked in the modeling section. Okay, after the completion of the geometric section, the tick mark is given in the geometric section, and it is a permission for us to move into the modeling section, and it is denoted as a mesh, and I am double clicking on the mesh option, and the modeling section is being loaded. It may take a few minutes, let's wait. Okay, the geometry is obtained in the modeling section. Let us rotate the geometry and see it in different directions. Okay, it is all fine. In the modeling section, we need to do the meshing operation, and before we are moving into the meshing operation is performed in a windmill only. The enclosure has to be hidden. To hide it, let us click on the solid. This is our enclosure, and I am hiding it. Right click on it, hide body. Okay, the enclosure is being hidden. Okay, that is fine. The enclosure is being hidden and only the geometry is visible. And in the geometry, we are doing a different type of meshing. We need to select each of these faces, and the face meshing has to be given so that the meshing is accurate. Okay, right click on the meshing, then right click on the insert face meshing. Then we need to select which all faces we are doing the face meshing, and I will be using the face selection option over here, and I am selecting different faces, and it is a bit difficult task. There are many faces available, and now I am selecting the faces of the Savonius blade or Savonius turbine. This is a Savonius turbine. Okay, I hope that all the Savonius blades are now being selected. Now we can move over towards face meshing has been inserted. Okay, now we can generate the mesh. Okay, now we can generate the mesh. We can double click on the generate option and the mesh can be generated. This is our inlet and this is our outlet. It's outlet and this is inlet. And I am going to create a name selection. Right click on it. Right click on the face. We need to create the name selection and create name selection. This option is need to be given and I am naming it as inlet. Okay, inlet, that is defined. And in the opposite cross section, I am selecting the face and giving the create name selection option. I am giving it a name of outlet. Okay, that is fine. And these are all the wall structures and I will be selecting these faces by control select. Okay, all the walls are being selected. Now right click and create name selection option and let us name it as wall. Okay, that is fine. We can generate. All the name selections can be seen inlet, outlet, wall, and everything is available over here. Okay, that is done with that and we can move forward towards the setup section. Okay, now double click on the setup section. Over here I have double click and the setup section is being loaded as shown here. This is our setup section and this is our geometry that is meshed successfully and this is shown here. The following are the options of the setup. First option is the general. In the general we need to choose whether it is steady state or transient. Steady state is irrespective of time interval while transient depends upon time. The properties will be altered with respect towards the time. And I am choosing transient. Okay, that is fine. And the types pressure based and velocity formulation is absolute. Those things need not be altered. And moving towards the models, I need to choose among which type of models. And I am choosing viscous. And the viscous different options are available and we need to specify it as K epsilon. And in the K epsilon type is realizable. Different types are given, standard, RNG, and I am choosing realizable. Okay, and the near wall treatment I am choosing enhanced wall treatment. And all these options after being corrected we can click OK. Okay, fine. Now we can choose which type of material our geometry is going to enclose, and our geometry will be going to enclose a fluid, and the type of fluid we are choosing here is air, since our wind turbine is being rotated by the use of air. Now click on the flow width. We have air over here. By double clicking, the properties of the air are listed in a window. The density is 1.225 and viscosity is 1.789 e raised to minus 0.5, and that is being done, and we need not alter change of here. Then click on close option. Okay, that is fine. Next, the cell zone conditions. In the cell zone condition, we need to choose solid fluid interface, and the following window will be opening, and we need to give tick mark towards the mesh motion, and in the mesh motion these windows are being seen, and in here we need to alter the following things. The Z value has to be set to 1, and the speed or rotation velocity, it can be either in rpm or it can be in radians per second, and here I am specifying the unit as radians per second, that is 100, and I have changed it, and other things need not be altered. Okay, after that click OK. Okay, fine, let's move towards the boundary conditions. And in the boundary conditions, those things which we need to look out are inlet pressure inlet is 7, then velocity also need to be checked. Velocity inlet, that can be listed over here. The turbulent intensity is 5 and turbulent viscosity ratio is 10, and no other changes have to be made. Then in the outlet, pressure outlet is 8, that is a slight change is there in the pressure, no great changes there, and velocity outlet also can be checked, and that after editing we can move towards the next section, that is the solution part. In the solution part, only thing we are changing is the initialization. If it is standard, we need to alter it into hybrid initialization. Then click on the initialize option. After initializing performance, we can move towards the calculation activities. Nothing need to be changed in the calculation activities, and in the run calculation we need to change the following things: the time step size, that has to be set to 1, and number of time steps, it can be set towards 20, 25, 30 or as you wish. The more number of the time steps you will be giving, the more well defined will be the control. And then the maximum number of iterations are to be set. I am setting it over 20, and the reporting interval 1. And after all those things, then we can calculate. So we can perform the calculation, and after the calculation we will be moving towards the result part. In the result we can have graphs, animations, etc. In the animation section we can click which type of animations are available: contours, velocity, plot, etc. All those animations can be given, and the plots also, XY plot is available, and different plots are available. Okay, fine, and afterwards we will be calculating, and we will be obtaining the following results. Following are the result that we are going to obtain. That is fine. Okay.